Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another live stream. My name is Hazik, and we're going to be taking a look at the markets today. Of course, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at a few altcoins. We'll talk about the alt season. We'll talk about the portfolio that we're tracking here on our live streams. And if you want to get yourself a ledger, make sure to check out the link down below in the description. You can get up to 20 bucks in Bitcoin. And I think you have like a 10% or 15% discount as well on your Ledger devices. And Ledger or any cold storage wallet is extremely important in this cycle, in any cycle, at any point in time, because you want to have control of your keys. If you have your crypto stored on a centralized exchange, that means that if the exchange goes down, if the exchange decides to, for some reason, ban your account, freeze your assets, prohibit you from trading, there's nothing you can do. Your money's gone. You can't withdraw it. When you're on a decentralized wallet or a cold storage wallet, you have more flexibility. So the cold storage wallet is the best option to go with. I personally use cold storage, and I'd recommend you guys, if not Ledger, there's plenty of other options. So make sure to go through all of those. Let's take a look at the markets real quick. XRP is back on the third spot above Tether. I mean, this is performing really well, but I don't think XRP is going to be going past $4.50. I don't think that's happening this cycle. And I don't follow XRP that much. A lot of people are saying that the pump is manufactured and that the pump is not organic. Of course, Solana, big player, still holding above $100 billion market cap. Cardano is still in the top 10, which is good. And then we have Tron at the 10th spot. So the old coins are kind of concluding their parabolic moves or their pumps. And now the money is going to be flowing to the top, 30 to the top 100 coins. And then we'll have the low caps shooting up. Let's see if we have anything. Let's sort by 7 days. So Jasmy, BitGet, IOTA, Hedera did a massive move, obviously. We're going to take a look at one Hedera altcoin that you might want to look at. Cliche, how are you doing, my friend? Good morning from a wet Monday in New Zealand. It's still Sunday here, my friend. It's still Sunday where I'm at. It's still evening time. But hopefully have a great day. Thanks for joining us on this live stream. We're a bit late with the live stream. I do apologize because we had some good news coming from one of my home countries, and I had, had to catch up with some people and family from there. So that's why I was a little bit late. Abhiram, how are you doing, my friend? Always great to have you on the live streams. Welcome everyone who's joining. Make sure to hit that like button. And check out our Patreon. We've got a 7-day free trial for all of you guys if you're willing to. Hold on, why is this? There we go. So check out the Patreon 7-day free trial to get access to more than 900 posts, more than 100 low caps, and all of my portfolio. So talking about our portfolio. So this is our $10,000 portfolio. We made a video or a live stream on it all the way back in June. You can check that out. And by the way, let me know if everything is working fine. Let me know if the connection is doing fine. Let me know if the audio is doing fine. Everything should be fine. But this is the portfolio that we built. And I've added a few coins. So we took some profits yesterday on the live stream yesterday, and we sold Mina Protocol. We took out our initial investment from Polkadot and from Altura. And that essentially gave us $2,200 to play around with. What I did is I bought $500 worth of Cetus. This is a DEX on Sui. So I think this is going to be performing very well, as Sui is going to be the runner-up in terms of layer ones right after Solana. We have Carrot. This is a gaming project. A lot of big YouTubers are into this, including Alex Becker, and it's still a relatively low market cap. It's already listed on Coinbase, and we could be expecting a Binance listing throughout the next few months, to anywhere between 3 to 6 months. I hope there will be a Binance listing. And Jito, this is a beast of a DeFi project on Solana. It's got more than $3 billion in TVL, while the market cap is not that high. So I put in 500 into Cetus, 250 into Carrot, and 480 into Jito. And we still have $1,000. I'm going to keep that as dry powder for a potential correction. Good evening from the UK. How's the weather in the UK? Is it raining? Because it's snowing where I'm at. It is super snowy, very cold. Hi, Isaac. Good evening from Netherlands. Hello there. We've got a lot of people from Netherlands, both on our Patreon and on the YouTube page. So glad to have you guys. I want to go to Amsterdam. I was planning to go 2 years ago, but unfortunately did not work out. Dinside, how are you doing, my friend? Great to see you. So let me know what you think of this portfolio. Let me know what you would have done differently. Ignore the cost basis. Ignore the cost basis. I'm not sure why it's showing 11,000s, because it tracks me getting new coins as new investments, but it's $10,000. We put in $10,000 for an experimental portfolio, and we were up approximately 50% yesterday, and we took out some profits and we rolled that into some new coins that will hopefully perform very well. We can quickly go through them. So this is Cetus, $259 million market cap. If we go to markets, this is already listed on Binance, OKX, but we don't have Kraken. We don't have Coinbase. And we have BitGet. I don't think we have Bybit either. We don't have Bybit. So a few more centralized exchange listings could definitely help this out, and more volume coming into the SUI ecosystem could definitely bring up the demand. Of course, this is like very high. This is pretty much all-time high prices for this project, so don't put a big amount. We did get into this on our main portfolio. I believe we got in at 30 cents or something. So if we have a retracement, we'll dollar cost average into this one. If we go to the DEX's volume, Cetus is number 13 with $144 million in 24 hours, $240 million locked up. And that's pretty much this, yeah, just around the same amount that the market cap is showing us. And the 7-day trading volume is 1.27 billion. Which is more than the top 10 spot. So it's doing okay in terms of volume. It will definitely pick up once we have more demand and more people flocking into the markets. 2 days ago, 2 days of bad weather, windstorm. Dara hit us pretty hard. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Hopefully no one was affected and none of your family members were hurt. But yeah, I mean, it's Storm Dara. I'm not sure if Dara is like a place you're talking about, or is that the name of the storm? I'm not sure. Yeah, lots of places are going through some natural disasters. We had that happening recently in Spain, in Valencia. And then we had the hurricane Milton in Florida. And now you guys, hopefully everyone's doing safe. So Denside, I would add DBR. I think I know what DBR is. But let's take a look at the rest of these and we'll take a look at DBR. So this is Carrot, below $100 million. Circulating supply is 16.2% or 16.1%. The good thing about this one is that the more aggressive unlocks will start from April 2025. So we have some time to play around with this portfolio. In our portfolio with this token, so far it's going to be 1.23% of the max supply, and then on April 18th, it's going to be 7.6%. So we'll definitely take profits before April, before that comes around. And in terms of markets, like I said, Coinbase, we have KuCoin, Mexi, Gate, no Bybit, no Binance, no Kraken. So hopefully those will come around sooner rather than later. And this is Jito, $513 million market cap. We just had a pretty massive unlock on December 6th, and we didn't dip, which I thought there was going to be a bit of a retracement. Didn't happen. And this is already listed on Binance and Coinbase. OKX, another good exchange to get it on, but Binance volume is doing crazy here. In terms of the token unlocks, we went through the big one, and now we're going to be doing 1.13% of the max supply every single month. So now it's going to be, now it's okay. And you're saying DBR. Oh, D-Bridge, yeah. This is the one that we spoke about. Yeah, it's still pretty low. This is still pretty low. $52 million market cap. I think CoinGecko has the correct information on this, the correct data. So DBR 50. Okay, so I think CoinMarketCap just updated their information, which is good. 1.8% or 1. I guess it would be 18%, right, in circulation. Yeah. So definitely look into this one as well on Solana. And this is available on Bybit, BitGet, Kraken, KuCoin. So we don't have a lot of big listings like Coinbase or Binance, or well, we have Bybit, so that's pretty massive as well. Gate.io, we have Gate. Okay, so yeah, I would say Binance and Coinbase would be the two big ones to eyeball. Now, if you want to send in your altcoin requests, feel free to do that. We're going to take a look at some things that I want to show you in this live stream, and then we'll go over to your altcoin requests. Have you entered into Jito? My bags are packed, got 10K tokens. We got into Jito in the $10,000 portfolio, but this is just a test portfolio just to kind of see what happens if you invest $10,000. We started this back in June, but personally, I haven't invested into Jito yet. With my, like in my main portfolio, I haven't invested into Jito. So let's take a look at the CME FedWatch tool. If we go to the current, so the expectation right now, 85% of investors are expecting a 25 basis points cut, with 15% expecting a no change. And usually these expectations are correct. So we should be looking at another 25 basis points cut in December. If we go to the probability section here, you can see there's 0% expecting a 50 basis points cut. Now, with the next Fed meeting, which is going to be January 29th, 2025, once again, there is a 27.3% expectation of a 25 basis points cut, with 62.6 expecting a no change, which is also going to be a possibility. But these expectation numbers change all the time depending on events. So the next one is coming up December 18th. Then we have January 29th. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see if how the expectation changes for January, February, and May. Rather, January, March, and May. We'll see how those change with depending on what Jerome Powell says in the press conference after the FOMC meeting. So we have to keep an eye on that. In terms of token unlocks, let's see if we have any major ones. Render is getting 0.01% unlock, which is not big. Axie Infinity, 0.5%. Starknet, I believe this is 2.8%. That's a little bit too much. Well, not too much. That's a good amount, essentially. Then we have Say, 1.39%. Aptos, 2.1%. Cardano, 0.5%. And BGB, I don't think I know this one. Cliff unlocks in the next 7 days. ZKG, Aptos. Today linear release. Yeah, so you can use tokenomist.ai, really good platform. Recommend you guys going into this one because it does have a lot of information on token unlock. So if we go to the AI sector here, so in 8 days we have Prime or Echelon Prime and unlock there, just 1.46% of the max supply. Fetch 0.13%. ATH is going to have a 12% unlock in 65 days. That could have an effect on the price action just a little bit. I do own ATH. I do own Fetch. Rose, something that I own at the moment, is going to have a 0.8% in 71 days. Let's see. Let's go to layer ones. I think we have, well, Sui is going to have an unlock in 23 days. That's 2.19%. Nothing massive. Let's go to layer twos. In 47 days, alt layer, I believe this is alt layer, will have a 10.39% unlock. IMX 1.45, Arbitrum 2.26 in 7 days. Optimism will have a 2.5% in 22 days. The next thing I want to show you is this delta.app application. This is a portfolio tracker. You can do it for stocks, NFTs, Forex, commodities, funds, whatever you want. And they have a free version. They have a paid version. So this is something that I might want to start using myself. You can connect to your exchange, which I don't know how safe that is. So I'll have to look into that. But this is definitely something you want to be taking advantage of because you want it to be easy for you to track your portfolio. If you're not yet tracking your portfolio, you should definitely be doing that because you want to know how much you invested, how much profits did you make, and which coins did you buy at which prices specifically. That's very important information. The next thing is the alt season index. If we zoom out, you can see that we're in an alt season at the moment. Now, some people are saying that the previous alt season was 88 days. Therefore, they're expecting this alt season to pretty much be 88 days or around 3 months as well. Now, the thing with that is, if we take a look at the previous one, this was October 2023 into January 2024. And if we go to the price action chart, let's go to the total 3. And let's go to the daily. Actually, let's go to the weekly here. And let's take a look at this alt season. So there you go. So essentially, it was from here, from this point to that point. So that was 84 days, around 88, 85 days. You know, it's around 90 days essentially. And this was within the wave 3 of the Bitcoin, massive Bitcoin move that we had. And alts started moving up as well, but this wasn't top euphoric stage of the bull market. So I wouldn't be comparing this alt season with this alt season over here. Instead, what I would do is I would go back to the alt season from not the one in 2022. That was like a relief rally. Okay, I wouldn't be looking at this. Even though this was a good time for some altcoins, I would be looking at this one. So this one started December 20th and concluded, well, it peaked out around April. And then by June, by the end of June, we were already dipping from there. So let's go to the Bitcoin chart again, and let's take a look at that alt season. Okay, so December 2020 is over here. That's May. So that's May 2021. That's where we peaked. That was 140 days. So this alt season took 140 days, even though we were already in an uptrend here since March 2020. After that alt season, we had a pullback. So the altcoin market dipped by approximately 60%. That was a scary pullback for everyone. And then we had a 188% move to the upside. We're just sitting at that exact same all-time high at the moment at $1.13 trillion. Again, this is the total this is the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So again, I would be comparing the current alt season we're in with this alt season over here. So that would be 140 days. So let's go to the daily chart just so we can accurately take a look at this. And let's go back. Let's actually go back to the altcoin index chart or altcoin season. And this is essentially where it started, October 15th. So October 15th will be our starting point. Even though it technically took off from here, but we can still do, let's do October 10th here. So as of today, we're 60 days into this, okay? So we have another 80 days to go. So roughly another 3 months. So roughly another 3 months. There we go. So the end of February, roughly, is when you'll run into that 140-day mark for your alt season. This is just me looking at previous data and applying it to the current market. The markets don't repeat, okay? They don't perfectly repeat previous data, but they do rhyme. So it could be 135 days, could be 150 days, but this is roughly what I'm looking at. And I think you should be taking profits after your altcoins have a parabolic move to the upside. If they do like a 5x in a week, I think you should be taking profits. And by the end of February, you should definitely start taking some profits. Moving into March, you should start taking even more profits because we could have a correction in April or May. You don't want to sit through that correction, guys, into August, because it's probably going to drag you into July and August. From there, the altcoin market will probably start printing new all-time highs potentially. As for Bitcoin, Bitcoin could probably peak out in the first half of 2025 with a lower high being printed in the second half of 2025. Some altcoins will repeat that. Some altcoins will break their all-time high in the second half of 2025. That's just what I'm seeing. So we're going to mark February 27th. I forgot how do you, no. Okay, no, that's not the one. How do you, where's the vertical line? It's Alt V, exactly. So let's go to February 27th. There we go. So that line right there, that is going to be your okay. So that is going to be our top potentially for the alt season. Again, this could play out with us getting to a $2.3 trillion market cap. This could play out with us getting to a $3.76 trillion market cap for the total three. We don't know. Some people are expecting, and based on the total crypto market, if you take a look at the total, which is the entire crypto market, we're looking at, so the second fib level here is sitting at $10.5 trillion. So again, we took the bear market bottom from November 2022, the all-time high from November 2021, and we're looking at a potential $6.37 trillion market cap. I think this will be met very easily. That's only a 75% move to the upside from here. And then if we get to a $10.5 trillion, that's 185% to the upside. I don't know if we're going to go that high. We'll see. But at the moment, the altcoin if we go quickly and take a look, there's something else I want to take a look at. Now, I wanted to take a look at the Bitcoin dominance. So this is, one second. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin dominance, and it's starting to drop. Now, the altcoin market is 33% of the total market cap at the moment. So 33%. If we get to $10.5 trillion total crypto market cap, let's see. So let me quickly go back to the total 3. So we could be looking at a $3.76 trillion market cap realistically, if we get to a $10.5 trillion market cap. So realistically speaking, we could be looking at this, but is that going to happen? I don't know. Probably not. I'm more leaning towards the fact that it's not going to play out, and we're looking at a $2.31 trillion market cap. In February, we might peak at around 1.78, 1.5. We'll see. Maybe we go even faster than that, but after that, we have a retracement. Okay, we correct in April or May. We have a pullback. Then we have another move to the upside. That's where we get to 2.31 trillion. From there, we crash into 2026. That's a potential play that I have. Because if you're going to be waiting for this by the end of March, and we're still here by the end of March, and you're not selling, that's going to cause you some problems in the future. So I don't want you guys to get married to your coins. I don't want you to, get obsessed with these specific prices. I'm simply giving you some potential plays that we could be looking at. Now, if we switch over to the Bitcoin dominance chart, look at this. And we were talking about this, guys. We were talking about this for months. So look at this pullback here. This is the old season that I'm talking about from December 2020 into May 2021. This is literally the old season that we had on the altcoin index chart. And the dominance dropped from 74 all the way down to 39%. So we were targeting either the top of this block at 57.5 or 63.9%. We did not get to 63.9. We slightly broke past 57.5. And right now the dominance is dropping. So from 61.5, we dropped approximately 10%. And this is the start of the massive altcoin season. So look at this drop and look at the drop that we've had so far. This literally means that we're going to have a lot more upside for our altcoins. But that also means you guys have to be more careful. Things are going to get more parabolic. You'll have more money sitting in your portfolio. That's why you have to be careful, and you have to take profits. You have to take profits, guys. Can't stress that enough. If you don't, you're going to ride the bear market wave with all the grandmas, with all the, co-workers buying into Bitcoin at $200,000. You do not want to do that. Right? We want to be dumping on the grandmas. That's what Alex Becker said in one of his videos. We're going to be dumping on the grandmas, and we're going to be selling off of them. So I don't think we're going to be dropping back down to 40% dominance, even though that's possible. I'd be looking at 44.1% or 48%. But I'm leaning more towards this one over here, 44.1%. That seems like a better or a more higher likelihood of happening, essentially 44.1%. So until that happens, altcoins are going to be doing incredibly well, and this could conclude, right? This could happen in February. So we start in October, we end in February. We started in December, we end in May or in April, according to some coins. So that's the breakdown for the alt season. We could have another alt season later in the year. That is possible. And it's possible Bitcoin will not print a new all-time high in the second half of 2025. So At the moment, I'm looking at a all-time high in 2025 between January to June. From there, we'll have a correction. Altcoins will keep pumping. Bitcoin will print a lower high. That'll be it. And a lot of these YouTubers are going to be talking about $250,000 Bitcoin, $300,000 Bitcoin. They'll feed you all of these narratives from the government where the governments are buying in, there's not enough Bitcoin, blah, 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 which is true, but there's always this overhype coming into play by the end of the bull market, and that's what traps all of you, and you end up riding the bear market wave down. So that's why you want to be taking profits way before the top. You want to get out safely before you get wrecked, because trying to catch the top is not a good idea. Let me know what you think of that, guys. Mad thing is, alt season could be done in 2 to 3 months. Well, that's how long it usually takes to play out, right? So again, you look at the 2020 run here, December into May. It was into April, right? We peaked in April, then we started retracing. So some altcoins printed their all-time high in April. Some of them printed their all-time high in May. Some of them did that in August, which was over here. Look at this. Look at this peak here. Like Cardano printed its all-time high in August. Bitcoin Cash and was it Cosmos, I believe, in April 2021. Then we had another run into January 2022. And this is where Near Protocol printed its all-time high at $20. So while Bitcoin's top was here in November, right in the middle. So what I'm saying is that we could potentially peak out here by February, March. We start dropping. We have a correction. Into August, September, we start recovering. November, October, maybe we print new all-time highs for some altcoins. But that'll be like the last profits you should be securing and getting out completely. Just selling everything. If you want to hold your Bitcoin, that's fine. But altcoins, I do not recommend you hold any altcoins because you're going to have a 90% dump on all of your altcoins, guys. Oh no, you can't dump on the grandmas. Watch me. No, I'm kidding. But I mean, that's the way the markets are set up. People buy in without any knowledge. I mean, I already have my friends talking about Bitcoin. Oh, they heard about Bitcoin on the news. Should you buy? Should you sell? I mean, it's going to get even crazier in 2025 after the inauguration, after Tesla accepts Bitcoin as payments. Once again, I've been talking about this for 2 years now. We're waiting for Tesla to announce that. That's going to cause that parabolic effect. If China unbans Bitcoin, that's going to cause another parabolic effect. So all of these indicators piled up together could provide us with a very bullish first half of 2025. The only thing required from you is to hold your assets, get out with your exit strategy. Obviously, you need to have an exit strategy. Get out, maybe sell 70, 60% of your holdings by March, maybe more. Some of you may even want to sell all of your holdings. I know some people don't want to do that by March. They want to be completely out. They're going to wait, assess the situation after the correction in May, June, and then you can start deploying again, but maybe don't go all in again and deploy maybe 50% of your holdings, 60%, and then ride it out until November, sell, get out, and you're completely set up for the next bear market. 4 to 12 week time frame, I would say end of February, first half of March is going to be the peak for some altcoins, and into April, we might see a correction. Keep in mind, we are possibly going to see a correction after the Chinese New Year. So when is the Chinese New Year? Because that's when a lot of Chinese traders go away for... Okay. So January 29th. So between January 29th until February 4th, 2025. So we could have a correction during this time frame here, okay? And then after that, we might have one last rally into the end of February, and that's where altcoins peak, or the total 3 at least peaks. So January 29th. And we're gonna mark that as well on. Let's go to our total. So that's total 3. That's the altcoin index. Let's go to this one here. I want to go to the daily chart. So January 29th. There we go. So you should have some spare funds, spare cash for this occasion here. January 29th, 2025, all the way until February 4th. Okay. That's potentially where we could have our first correction in this alt season. Maybe we'll have one before the end of the year because some people like to take profits before the end of the year and they want to make sure they don't pay taxes on those assets. For example, in the Netherlands, we have a lot of people from the Netherlands. Some people sell their crypto holdings by the end of December and then they get back in January. So there could be a little bit of selling pressure in the second half of December, guys. And then in January, we could have people buying assets as a good thing for the new year. Also, some companies might start announcing that they bought Bitcoin or they might buy into Bitcoin towards the end of the year because they want to have that on their report sheet just so they can be in the group that owns Bitcoin. Even though they missed all the profits, they might just want to buy Bitcoin at the end of the year and that'll show up in the reports. So that also could cause a little bit of buying pressure, but I think most of these companies are just buying over the counter, so it's not really going to affect the markets. It would affect the markets after they announce that, okay? Now, I do want to go through the previous few years here, and I want to take a look at the month of January and February and see if we had any retracements. Okay, let's go January 2020. Okay, so this is 2024. This is the total crypto market cap. So January 11th, we get to 1.81 trillion. We have a 20% retracement into January 23rd. So a 2-week retracement here. Okay, so that's 20%. That's a 20% retracement. So that's retracement number 1. Let's go back to 2023. December, and look at this. So this is February 2nd. I'm not sure when the Chinese year was in 2023. Can you guys look up the Chinese New Year for 2023, 2022, and let me know in the comments. We'll take a look at the charts according to those dates. But again, date and price range. So this was a 12% correction for another 2 weeks. So that was a 2-week retracement, and this was 12 days. That was 14 days. And then we had another retracement from February into the first half of March. So that was our peak there. And here we dropped approximately. So this was a 17-day correction for 20%, but this was still in the bear market for some altcoins. But still, those are 2 retracements within the month of January and February. Okay, so we got the dates. So February 1st on 2022, January 22nd on 2023. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay, so January. Okay, so January 2nd, and then the markets went up a little bit after that for like a week or two, or like 2 weeks, and then we dumped after that. So still within the Chinese, yeah, because it takes, what, 2 weeks for them to complete their celebration? So it was probably from January 22nd, right? It took them 2 weeks. And the peak here was in 11 days after the new year started for them. Let's go back to 2022. So 2022, it was February 1st. Again, a celebration for 2 weeks. Where's February 1st? There we go. So that is February 1st. So this was actually closer to a bottom. Okay. That's where they started. And then they peaked 7 days later. The market peaked 7 days later with a 21% retracement, okay? And then and this is still within the celebration because it takes around 2 weeks for them to finish celebrating their new year, or the celebration is like 2 weeks. And look at this correction that we had. So from February 8th into February 24th, 27% correction, 16 days. Again, almost around a 2-week correction for the markets. So it's almost like there is a pattern here. So this is 2024, 2023, 2022. And then we peaked in March, and we had a massive correction in March. This is back in 2022. Here we peaked in April, and we had a 20% correction into July or June. And of course, March here, we had another massive correction, 38%. Let's go back to 2021. So what's the 2021? February the 12th. And that one I remember because we had a correction right after that, I believe. So let's go to January 2020. Oh, okay, there we go. So February 12th. So it was around here. And then again, 9 days later, we have a retracement after that. Within the 2-week celebration period, we have a 9-day in 9 days, we have a retracement. So this retracement was for 8 days, and this was a 29% correction in 2021. And I remember that one. So again, it starts February 1st, concludes February 14th or so. Or rather, sorry, February 12th, and concludes by the end of February. So still within the realms of this Chinese New Year celebration, we have a correction. And then look at this. March, another correction by 18% correction. April, another correction of 28%. This is a bull market year. This is 2021 in last cycle, but this is going to be our 2025 in this cycle. So this is how we have these retracements within the Chinese New Year 2-week time frame, and it's happened every single year. Every single year within the period of that celebration, we have a retracement. So this is why I'm saying that you should pay attention to this specific event. And you should probably take some profits beforehand. You should probably have some spare cash. So this was a little bit of an investigative work. Hopefully it wasn't too boring for you guys, but I say January 20th, we dump right now around the inauguration. So a lot of people are saying that as well. I do think it's possible. I do think the inauguration could be a sell the news type of event. However, I do think that it's not going to be a long-lasting retracement, because I do think they're going to announce a lot of things. Trump is going to start talking about Bitcoin. We could have the announcement for their Bitcoin purchases for their treasury, like a 5-year plan. I don't think that the retracement will be a prolonged one. But anyway, if you think that's going to happen, you still want to have some spare cash. So make sure you can buy in. I don't think you should be taking profits in January, to be honest. I think you just buy in January to be safe. End of January, early February. That lines up with my own Bitcoin exit time frame. I'll be looking to re-enter my position after a correction. Exactly. We're dumping on grandma. It's happening. Poor grandma's just gonna buy Bitcoin at $200,000 and buy Solana at like 900. I mean, that's why you should refer your grandmas to my channel, guys. Refer your grandmas to my channel, have them subscribe, have them go to my Patreon, and I'll teach your grandmas how to trade. I love it. Making money isn't boring. Much love for this info. No problem, my friend. Hopefully you can use this information to your advantage. You're to the point. You offer facts and evidence to support different possible outcomes based on the past. Yes, that's exactly what we're trying to do here on the channel. We're not trying to. I'm not using the TA analysis or technical analysis to predict what's going to happen. It's rather to simply see what are the possibilities, and you should be ready for both outcomes. That's it. If someone's using TA and telling you this is how it's going to play out because my lines say this and that, then you can, you could just stop watching that guy. Most of gains for many alts happen in 30 to 60-day window. Yeah, that's why some altcoins can go parabolic in January, in February, and So if your altcoin still hasn't moved and you're thinking of selling it, unless it's a high cap altcoin, I would just keep holding it, because usually you sell it into a different coin that's pumped. The coin you sold starts pumping. The coin you bought starts retracing after it's pumped. So don't do that. Hey, Zeke, love your videos, dude. Thank you. Lift the 99%. Thank you very much. Long-time lurker. Hope you're doing well. When the tiny Tron coin is waking up as is Tron, which is really weird to see. Yeah, isn't Tron's price action like artificially manipulated? Because it literally did not have a bear market. Goatsis, is that the newest meme coin that was created by AI? We're gonna start looking at your altcoin requests, guys. And make sure to hit that like button and check out our Patreon, guys. Just as a little side note, we've got a lot of content on our Patreon. We have a 7-day free trial. We've got a 7-day free trial for everyone trying to join in. And if you go to our memberships, the link is down below in the description. We have a top tier that's called the Cryptomaniac tier. We have 5 slots remaining. If you want weekly calls with me, if you want me to help you out with your portfolio, kind of guide you if you're a newcomer to the space, you can go for this one or go for the one below that. We also have the lowest tier, which is $6 a month, and you get pretty much access to all of my portfolios, all of my low caps. We have more than 100 low caps, and you can take a look at these tiers for 7-day free trials. The double top tier and the golden ratio tier, I believe both of those have free trial. No, actually, it's the overextended and the double top tier. So make sure to check them out if you want to be a part of a community where we have a lot of very smart people, a lot of people who are investing very, very, very large amounts of money into crypto, and they can share their knowledge with all of us, and we can, help each other out. Do the opposite. When your coin pumps, sell and buy a coin that hasn't pumped yet. After gains, I pull out at least my initial investment and look for something prime for upside, rotate profits. Yes, that's exactly what you should be doing. Like, for example, I was trading for my friend, and Orca pumped. Orca had a 2x move to the upside. We covered Orca in the last live stream. So we got into Orca at around $3.40. So my friend put in a good amount of money into Orca. We sold at like $7.30. So that was roughly slightly more than a 2x. So I took out the initial investment at $7.30 and I put it into a different coin. So now he has half of his position in Orca, but that's pure profit. So whether it goes to 0 or does a 20x, it's not really going to affect him that much. Well, a 20x from here would be a very nice outcome, but I'm just saying that you should probably start taking out your profits, especially with the higher risk coins. If you're a newcomer, you definitely want to be securing your profits. Not a clue. Tron monthly chart is weird. Yeah, I stay away from Tron and TRX. All right, I think that was pretty much it. I think I showed you everything that, oh, okay. So the other thing I wanted to show you is Saucer Swap. So this is a DEX on Hedera. They did see a pump recently, but make sure to start monitoring this coin, research it. It's available on gate.io. You can get it on Saucer Swap as well. The market cap is just below 100 million. TVL is 154 according to CoinMarketCap. And you can see that it did like a 4x. But be careful buying into it right now. Wait for retracement, then get in. If you go to our DEXs here, there goes Saucer Swap is 36 on the chart or on this list by volume, just $20 million volume, but 151 TVL, which is really good. And I think that was the last thing that I wanted to show you. Now we can start looking at your coins. So now what I want to do is share this screen. That's our Bitcoin chart, but let's start from the top. Your thoughts on Aptos? I haven't bought into Aptos, Sui, or Say, but right now I would not be buying into this. So Aptos had a very strong move from the bottom in August, already up 224%. We're still on track to retrace back to our all-time high. We could get a rejection from there because a lot of people probably bought in here and they want to at least break even. So $17 is going to be a massive target for you. And we also broke past this trend line over here. And we have a lot of volume coming in. So this is a really, really bullish change of the narrative or change of the direction of the chart. So from a downtrend, we're into an uptrend at this point. If we take a look at the weekly RSI, we're just about to enter the overbought. The stochastic is in the overbought already. So I would not be entering this at this moment in time. It's a little bit too much. If it has a retracement, you can target the $10.90 area. You can target the 20 weekly EMA here. The 0.5 at $9.50. If you have a retracement down to those levels, set up some buy limit orders. Who knows? You might have a big wick, right? Look at this wick here. You could have gotten in at like $11 and you would have been up. You would have been up by approximately 31%. So make sure you have your limit order set up in advance. In terms of the bull market top, we're looking at $35 for Aptos. That's more than a 2x. That's 141%. What I would do as well is wait for the next retracement. So once we conclude this move here to the upside, we might have a retracement. Let's say we drop down to $10.95. We set up a Fibonacci retracement from this bottom here. Let's say it's going to be sometime in February. And then you do that, and you're going to have more targets to the upside. So you could target the second fib level here or the 2.272. Okay, that's just based on the fib. You can't really use previous historic data because we don't have any historic data for this project. And let's see if they held this low. Yeah, so I would say this is going to be our wave 1. All right, wherever it's going to conclude, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and our wave 5. Maybe by September, November 2025, we'll see. We'll see how high we go. But I definitely started taking profits at around $30, trying to get out. And again, I don't follow them closely. So if they have some major partnerships, if they have some major announcements, they could see big pumps to like $50, $60 for just a few minutes, and then they dump. So unless you have a limit order set up to sell, nothing's going to happen. Like, you're just going to miss out on that potential move. So make sure to set up some sell limit orders in advance, especially for those lower cap projects that have not as much trading volume. Sometimes they could have massive squeezes to the upside, and you can actually sell at those wicks. That's what I've been doing with some of my low caps in the past. What about peak? My patrons are talking about peak a lot. I think I have to switch my screens real quick just to take a look at peak, because I don't have it. Okay, let's take a look at peak. So this is on KuCoin. Okay, so this is pumping like crazy. Let's take a look at the market cap, 406 million. Circulating supply is not yeah, it's even less than, it's 4, so yeah, 1/7 of the supply is out roughly. It's available on KuCoin, and look at BidGet, $21 million trading volume. That's massive. This is in the DePIN sector. Peak is a layer 1 blockchain powering the machine economy. It is designed to power decentralized physical infrastructure, networks, and the billions of devices, robots, and vehicles, or RWAs, that run on them. So bullish narrative. And they've got 300,000 followers. Wow. So let me just save this to our watch list. Okay, let's go back to the chart. I don't think you should be buying here, obviously. Let's go to the 4-hourly. Massive move to the upside. You want to be careful getting into something like that. This could continue moving until we get to like 1.272, which is around 82 cents. So that's where the retracement could conclude. From there, you could start dumping, maybe back to the local top here at 59 cents. But let's see. Okay, we do have a bearish divergence, guys. That is your 4-hourly chart. That is a bearish divergence there. So the RSI is printing lower highs. The price action is printing higher highs. So this could mean that we're running out of steam and we could have a retracement from here. Let's say potentially you're looking at 46 cents. So the 786, that would be a great entry point for you. That's a 28% retracement for peak. That's what I think of peak. We can check that out. We can check out GOATSys. Let's see. Is it GOATSys Maximus? Yeah. So it's this one. So essentially, this coin was created by an AI agent, and that's where all the AI agent hype started from. I don't follow this project, so I don't know what's going on with it. I wouldn't be buying into it. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. If I go to CoinMarketCap, So that's it. 700. The entire supply is out. 100 million tokens. This is on Radium. It's already listed on Bybit. What does the website look like? Doesn't look good. Is this the one that was created by the... yeah, this is the one. Some weird pagan drawings. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the one that was created by the AI agent. But let's see if you want to, let's say if you want to enter this. This is the daily chart. You're bouncing off of the golden ratio perfectly. The golden ratio is going to be a really good entry point. You're below the 20 EMA on the daily. So you can start entering right now, and you can dollar cost average until you start pumping again. Because if you're below the 20 EMA, it means you're in a downtrend. So you want to be buying when you're in a downtrend. You don't want to be buying when you're sitting at these tops here at $1.40. From the local top there, you're down at the moment approximately 46%. The daily RSI is also down. So this is definitely a good buying opportunity. Viktor Zhekov is asking for VRA. Let's take a look at VRA. I believe I have it over here. Let's go to the weekly. So look at VRA. Actually, this is not the chart that I want to be looking at. I can show you a different one. It's going to be a little bit better. Okay. All right. So you can see we have a massive, massive, massive trend line from November 2021 into February 2024 into November 2024. So we're breaking above all of these EMAs very quickly, which is good. We're getting some volume, which is also good. So what we want to do right now is we want to break past this yellow trend line. I'm going to change the color of it because we have two yellow ones. So this teal trend line needs to be broken. If we keep having more volume and we get even more volume here, and we continue this breakout, we could have a massive move all the way up to 0.0213 cents. Because usually when you break past a massive resistance trend line like that, you have your confirmation from the volume indicator, then this is going to be showing a lot of potential here. So I was a little bit disappointed with VRA's chart, but the good thing about it is that it did not lose this bottom from January 2023. It simply printed the same bottom in 2024. We had a nice double bottom pattern here, and then we went up from there. So as you can see, we are running into the same resistance here. It would be a negative thing for us to break down from there and have a retracement back down into 0.0039-ish area. I don't want to see that. I want to see a breakout here. If we have a retracement from there and we drop down that low, it's not going to be a good sign for VRA, but there's still time. I mean, look at this massive accumulation for VRA. We could have a super breakout from here, and it's still a low cap project. And I think Becker is, said positive things about VRA, so that could also add to the pump. And then you have these two ascending resistance trend lines. So you have the white one is 2022 local tops and the February 2023 tops. So those trend lines could act as resistance as we're going up. Now we're going to be looking at the all-time high at the bare minimum here for VRA. That's going to be an 11% to the So let's Let me take a look at Veracity. 71 million. So like a 700, $800 million market cap would put us at the all-time high. I don't think that's a crazy expectation. I don't think that's crazy at all. It is going to be double of the all-time high market cap. So that's something you have to understand because of token dilution. So the all-time high market cap was like $350 million over there. But if we get to the same price again, it's going to be $700 million. So that is something that you want to keep in mind. So let's say from the all-time high there, we do another 162%. That puts us at roughly 1.8 billion dollar market cap for VRA at 22 cents, which I think is not bad. So 3,000, that's a 31x. That's a 31x from your current holdings. That would be amazing, to be honest. But I don't think you should be holding your entire bag until you get to 22 cents. Again, that's just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. This is my breakdown for VRA. Tyler Dixon, what do you think about Lucky and their coin LKY? Okay, there's no Lucky here. We're going to have to switch over to our other screen. Okay, is this a new project or something? So we've got 60% out in circulation, trading since October 2024. So relatively new project. Listed, no DEXs. That's not a good thing. Only centralized exchanges. $1 million trading volume on MEXC. Let's go to their website. Okay, so this is some sort of a scam. What is this about? 2013 by anonymous developer called Lucky C. In August 2024, a backup of the Lucky Coin blockchain from 20 was discovered, and the chain was revived from block 81,743, thus enshrining as much of the history of Lucky Coin as possible in the current actively mined chain. Lucky Coin was one of the earliest cryptocurrencies ever launched, and after its revival in 2024 is now the oldest actively mined cryptocurrencies in existence. Lucky Coin could be considered the oldest active meme coin in existence at the time of writing, although the concept of meme coin hadn't taken hold back in May of 2013. Okay, I would not buy into this, okay? Just being straight up with you, I would not be buying into this. You can if you want to, but I don't deal with meme coins, so it's sitting at its essentially all-time high prices here. So I'd be very careful. This is not even the best chart to look at. Let's take a look at CoinX. This has a little more trading history, but I mean, if you look at this, it's, you know, it hasn't pumped too much since its retracement in by the end of November, but I would not be getting into this. There's so many more better projects to, like, why would you buy into this when you have a lot of AI coins that you can look into? Why would you buy this when you have Carrot? That is a coin that Alex Becker holds. That, who's the other guy that holds that coin? Let me was it House of Crypto? Okay, so House of Crypto holds it. Okay, Carrot. Let me see. Just trying to find if, and Yeah, House of Crypto holds the coin. And Alex Becker. So I don't know why you'd buy something like that, to be honest. When are you exiting the Tesla stock? I did not buy any Tesla, unfortunately. I'm not in any stocks at the moment. We'll see what happens in the future. We might, for the next cycle, we might go into more commodities, things like gold, Tesla, MicroStrategy. Look at Nosana. Is this the breakout that we're waiting for Nosana? By the way, for anyone who's still not on our Patreon, just to give you an idea of what happens, our entry was at $1.55 for Nosana. I believe this was this back in October? Yeah. We pretty much bought this bottom here in October with Nosana. Then look at this. This is Mantra. For Mantra, we got in at 79 cents. It was down here. So I think it was back in September we entered. So somewhere around here, we got in at 79 cents and we already secured some profits at $4.60, I believe, $4.50 or something like that. And then at $3.60 as well. So we took out our initial investment and we're doing great with that. What else? Orca, I already showed you. We got in at $3.45. We got into Grass at $2.20. We got into Injective at $1.40. We got into GraphLink at $2 million market cap. And look at it. It's actually retracing down. So is it that the markets are pulling back? Let's see. Because it seems like the markets are getting a little bit overheated and some altcoins are retracing. So make sure to set up those buy limit orders, guys. You might have, a few wicks over the next few days to the downside. So make sure to catch those wicks with your limit orders. SBR on ETH, strategic Bitcoin reserve, will be talked a lot next year. I'm speculating this narrative. SBR on ETH, because there is an SBR which is a DEX on Solana. I don't think that's, I thought that was the only SBR that we had. Okay, so 21.4. So what is this exactly? Strategic Bitcoin reserve, securing the future of decentralized finance on the Ethereum network. Is this just a meme coin based on the fact that the US might be buying Bitcoin for their reserve? So is a meme, okay, this is a meme token. Oh my God. I'm not getting into memes, guys. I'm just not getting into memes, but feel free to look at it yourself. I can see how it would pump if Trump did announce that. Locap Gems figured you want to look into him. Got him PIN, EMP, ZKML. ZKML, I'm already looking into that. Spectre AI, I think I'm already looking into that one. Let's see, PIN, is that PIN link? Yeah, PIN link, already looking into that one. I missed out the boat with this one, unfortunately. Like I could have gotten in way down here at 17 cents. I mean, yeah, I missed this one out, unfortunately. No worries. And then we have EMP. Imperial, I'm also looking into this one. I've got it saved, but all of these pumped so much. Neural, we got into Neural at $8 on Patreon. Oh, that's not the way you spell Neural. Neural AI, another Alex Becker coin. Again, we got in down here at like around $8, and now it's 100. And now it was up around 2x. And Vertical AI, we were looking at we're pretty much we have all of those AI coins mentioned on Patreon, so we're looking into them slowly but surely. But thank you for your comment, my friend. AI seems to be the hot community right now. Yes, I think AI will be the next narrative that's pumping. Agent AI on Solana is another one. You dumped my Atom bags and started to reallocate into these smaller cap AI coins. Okay, you dumped your Atom bags and started. Okay. Yeah, I think you'll do better with those AI coins than with Atom, to be honest. But let's see. AI, Agent AI, I think. Was it Agents AI? Or is it Agent AI? Is it this one? A lot of these new AI coins are going to be scams, guys, just so you know. Be careful getting... We just shared a new AI agents coin on Solana, by the way, I think it is. Is it on? No, it's not on Solana. It's on Ethereum. But they have been working on their product since 2023 or 2022. So they're not just adopting this AI narrative right now. So that's something you have to always keep in mind. If you're jumping into these newer projects, it's very possible some of them are going to be rug pulls. Most of them are going to be rug pulls, guys. Could you look at Arrow or Tesla stock, looking for profit areas by time or price? I don't follow the Tesla stock that much yet because I'm not an investor, but let's see. And Tesla's been doing great. And I think Tesla will be doing great as long as China doesn't, as long as they're not letting Chinese car into the market, then I think it's going to be fine. I mean, like, as long as they're not letting them into the US and Canada. I mean, they've got like 100% tax on import. So 388, we're pretty much sitting at November 2021 highs. So I would say by March, 536. I think Elon Musk is going to announce that they're accepting Tesla or payments for Tesla cars in Bitcoin. I think 536 on this chart looks to be a really good target for the cycle top. So from 100 and so yeah, you're doing a 431% since December 2022, which is incredible. Absolutely incredible. That's conservative, of course. That's my conservative outlook. You also have 647. So you could kind of split you kind of take profits at 536 and then maybe leave 20% to see if you can get to 646. And we're going to try to do one request per person, and we should be wrapping up very soon, guys, because we've been going on for more than an hour. Can you please explain perpetual and inverse perpetual? What platforms offer this? So perpetual trading is essentially leverage trading. Perpetual trading. And this is something that I stay away from completely. So based on the, okay, so let's see. So no expiration date. Perpetual contracts do not have a predetermined expiration date, allowing traders to hold positions indefinitely without worrying about rolling over contracts. Cash settled. Perpetual contracts are settled in cash, meaning that traders do not receive or deliver the underlying asset. Instead, they receive or pay the difference between the contract price and the current market price. Marked to the spot market. The price of perpetual contracts is closely tied to the spot market price of the underlying assets, ensuring that the contract value remains close to the current market value. Because with futures trading, sometimes there's a decoupling of the price. Some exchanges like Bybit use a dual price mechanism to protect traders from market manipulation. This involves using a reference price, mark price, that is based on real-time spot market transactions rather than the last traded price. Perpetual contracts often offer higher leverage than traditional spot trading or futures contracts, allowing traders to amplify their gains and losses. So future contracts are the ones that have a specific time frame for the contract, but perpetuals do not, as we just looked at the first point, no expiration date. Funding mechanism. To maintain market equilibrium, perpetual contracts involve a funding mechanism where buyers and sellers exchange regular payment based on the current funding rate. This rate is influenced by the interest rate and the premium, which reflects the price difference between the futures and spot markets. Insurance fund. To prevent the balance of losing traders from dropping below zero, perpetual contracts often have an insurance fund that absorbs losses and ensures that winning traders receive their profit. Essentially, this is a way for the markets to scam you guys, okay? 90% of people are going to lose their money doing perpetual futures, whatever leverage you're doing. It's gonna get you wrecked. I stay away from these things completely. I only do spot. I don't do leverage at all whatsoever, and I don't recommend anyone. I don't recommend anyone get into that. Inverse is using a coin as collateral for a future position. It means you use Bitcoin to bet on Bitcoin and get paid out in Bitcoin. So, okay, so that's the meaning of the inverse. Vic 911. Pepe. Okay, let's take a look at Pepe. Again, it's sitting at all-time high prices. Like, what do you want me to say, guys? I'm not going to tell you to buy this. This is extremely overbought. Let's take a look at the daily RSI. And we already have a bearish divergence here. So if you take a look at this here, we're printing a lower high on the price action, higher high, or rather lower high on the RSI, higher high on the price action. So that is a bearish divergence. In terms of the price action, so I would say the 1.618 is where you could potentially top out here locally and have a retracement for Pepe. And I can't recommend you to get into something like this. Is Lyft, the 99% thinks, is there any non-KYC platforms that offer it? I don't know. Not that I'm aware of. Mexi used to offer it. I'm not current to their offerings. Mexi is no longer a non-KYC exchange, by the way, guys, just so you know. So I think there's a few non-KYC exchanges that I think we still have. I think Ourbit is non-KYC, but I'm not sure. I signed up with 2 recently. I can't remember which ones they are. Yeah, I can't remember. But if you just type into your search non-KYC crypto exchanges, you'll get a bunch of them. Bitcoin back to $101,000. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, that's why maybe some altcoins are starting to retrace a little bit. I think these memes aren't going anywhere. I was a naysayer for the longest time. I embraced them, the cycle, and they are my biggest winners. Yeah, that's. I'm not saying that I cannot make money with memes. I probably would have made 20, 30x gains with meme coins, but for me, I don't trade my morals or my principles for gains, right? So whether I'm 100% guaranteed to make 1,000x with a meme coin, I'm still not going to buy into it because I don't trade meme coins. I don't trade something like that. I consider that gambling. So I understand you could make money with them, but just because you can make money doesn't mean that I'm going to participate. But I'm glad you're making money, my friend. I'm selective, though. I'm not doing pump for fun stuff and crappy memes. I'm looking for 100 million plus market caps. Can you have a look at VIDT, USDT? It's a DAO that had a massive retracement after switching project goals last cycle. Looks good on the weekly versus Bitcoin and breaking out USDT. So VIDT. I'm going to try to do as many more as I can, guys, but I think we'll be wrapping up soon. VIDT DAO, The supply is tokenomics are looking really good. This is already on Binance as well. No Coinbase. I don't think they have Kraken. No Crypto.com. So still a few exchanges. No Bybit. Still a few exchanges to look forward to. It's on Binance. You can get it on PancakeSwap. And this did have a 2x move or so. I would say wait for retracement. Yeah, I would say wait for retracement. Let's take a look at the price real quick. Okay, I hate when that happens. So that's the weekly, and wow, we have a massive, massive channel here. So look at these touches off of the resistance there. So much resistance in that area. I mean, I guess if you buy in right now, you could potentially catch a massive breakout. That is a possibility. We saw that with Chainlink, with Bitcoin Cash. We might see that with some other altcoins. But you could also see a retracement back down to the white trend line. So maybe buy in now just a little bit in case you have a retracement. Target the white support trend line and the weekly 20 EMA. Okay? That's my advice. With the 1.618 sitting at 25 cents here. For your midterm or short-term to midterm targets, because this is obviously a low cap project. With Trump and tariffs, there's not a chance. I'm not sure what you were referring to specifically. Good evening, Olena. Thoughts on based AI connected to Pepe coin? I saw based AI was pumping. Yeah, we missed out on this one on as well. It did almost a 4x here. Pretty impressive. MEXC, so you can look for MEXC for a lot of these low caps. It's still not looking too bad, guys. I would say wait for a retracement. Wait for like $4.9 to $5.5. That's going to be a great area to look into, because even from here, I can see that that's a massive support you're going to have. But buying in right now is maybe a little bit too risky. Have you covered Doge and FET yet? We haven't covered Doge. We can if you want to. But again, Doge is sitting at pretty much at all-time high prices, almost at all-time high prices, guys. So 75 cents was the all-time high. We're away from that by 60 or so percent. Look at the weekly RSI, guys. Look at this. This means don't buy, okay? This means don't buy. I could dump. I could literally dump 20% on you. Do not buy me. That is what that RSI level means. You're looking at a potential 38% retracement back to the 20 EMA and back to the 27 cents area. Unless you have a massive move, right? Unless you just keep pumping here, which it could, but that doesn't mean you have to risk your money and get into it. You're the best. Thanks, Hazik. No problem. Thank you for checking the coins out. Yeah, all of them are really good AI coins. Most of them are really good AI coins, and they're just all going up now. So you have to wait for a retracement. Exactly. Some alts already did a 3 to 5x. Hazik is good at this. Thank you. I'm glad you're finding our content very helpful. Hopefully you guys can enter the markets with us, or hopefully you entered with us during the bear market, because we were entering a lot of coins at really good prices. Hopefully you're going to exit with us. If you want to know where I'm exiting, feel free to follow our Patreon. My patrons are up to date with all of my purchases and all of my exits. And whatever I do with my portfolio, I let them know immediately. Weeks is a non-KYC, so there you go. Link has got a lot more to run. I do think Link is going to do very well. Aave, 90% dump in 2025. I don't think it's going to be a 90% dump in 2025. So either the bear market correction starts at the end of 2025 and we rally, or not rally, but we correct down into the middle of 2026. For Bitcoin, it takes around a year to bottom out. So you could be looking at November, September 2026 for bottom prices for your altcoins and Bitcoin. So I don't think you'll have a 90% dump in 2025. No. I was referring to Trump's tariff or on Chinese cars comment about Tesla stock. Okay, yeah. No chance. I agree. Your thoughts on Link? Can it still run? I do think Link can run. Let's take a look at Link in just a second. Again, on Patreon, we were entering Link at like $6 to $5. I took profits on Link. We sold at like 13, I believe, and we reinvested into a different coin. But Link is doing really good at the moment. I would say this is not where you want to be buying. So this is where you should have been buying. We were talking about Chainlink this entire time over here. We were stacking. I believe my average was around $6. And with this retracement here, we took some profit. We took profits. With this move to the upside, we reallocated into a more bullish project that could do more X's. And then look at this retracement, guys. Look at this retracement for Chainlink from March into this purple block that I gave you many months ago. Quite literally dumped perfectly into that block. You could have dollar cost averaged. We even went down to this area and we were targeting $8.75 for a potential quick wick. It happened perfectly. You could have entered here and let's see. From there, you could have been up approximately 3x since August, since the end of August. I mean, it's crazy. This is why you have to pay attention to our levels on YouTube, to our Patreon calls, because you're missing out on some juicy entries, guys. And I think Chainlink can still run. I definitely think that it can still run. I think we can potentially be looking at $100 at this point is possible. I think it is possible. That's only a 4x from the current prices. I believe by the end of 2025, we could be looking at $100. But in the previous bull market, Chainlink did peak out in May 2021, and then in November, it only went up to $35. So it was down 36% from its all-time high in November. So we could have a peak in April, May 2025. In November, we print a lower high. Very, very possible. But I would say this is your absolute top for this cycle for Chainlink, your absolute top. I don't think we're going past $100. 4 more months left in this bull run and party over. I don't think so. I don't think it's 4 months left for the bull market, but I think it's 4 months left for some altcoins, possibly for Bitcoin. But I do think we'll have another leg up in the second half of 2025. However, some altcoins and Bitcoin will probably not print new all-time highs in the second half of 2025. Again, that's just my opinion. All right, it's been a long live stream, guys. Hopefully you learned something useful. Hopefully you are paying attention to what we're talking about. Make sure to open up your total 3 and your total crypto market caps. Mark those Chinese New Year corrections. Mark the Chinese New Year for the alt season in the total 3. So it kicks off January 27th this year, or rather 2025, and is going to run until the first week of February. So either in the middle of that celebration we'll have a correction, or right before it, or right after it. So you want to make sure you have some spare cash in that time frame, and you want to make sure you at least take some profits off the table, or at least take out your initial investment during that time period for some altcoins. Okay, I'm not telling you to dump your entire bags, but we could have like a 14-day retracement for your bags within January to February. Refer back to our live stream, to the middle of the live stream. We talked about that in great detail. Thank you all for watching, guys. Thank you all for your requests. We actually went through all of them. Hopefully I did not miss any. And thank you all for joining our Patreon. I appreciate all the new patrons, all of your comments. I'm reading all of them. Sometimes I don't have enough time to respond to all of them, but I'll definitely make sure to get back to all of you in the comments. Stay safe and take care, guys. Bye-bye.